Everybody, and welcome back to more political chatter. In this video, we will be talking about Joe Biden's electability and how this general election between Joe Biden and Donald Trump might be a lot more closer than a lot of people are thinking right now. So, there was a new poll that came out just this morning from ABC News that shows a very grim look for the Biden campaign because this new ABC News poll just came out, showed 51% voters for Donald Trump, 42% for Joe Biden. That is a 9% lead for Donald Trump, something that we simply don't see for Republicans in general elections anymore, is a 9-point general election lead. And this should be extremely concerning for many reasons. I mean, because, first of all, these polls are just becoming so much more different than they were in 2020. Taking a look at 2020, 270 to win, their average of all the polls, average, was Biden plus 8. Biden plus 8. Real Clear Politics was Biden plus 7.2. And 538 had Biden plus 8.4. And when you look at this new poll showing Trump now ahead by 9%, so that's like a 17 point, if you compare, these averages to this new ABC News poll, that's like a 7-point swing to the right. That should be extremely concerning because 17 points is a lot more than a couple points shifted to the right, because that's a lot and that should not be ignored. But of course, I know someone will say, where is it? Yeah, I don't want to say, or I know someone will say, of course that's not what every poll shows. And yeah, they're exactly right. A bunch of polls have had them tied, and Trump led by a couple points, Biden plus a point. But the point is that Trump is leading most polls. Okay, the Real Clear Politics average of all the accurate polls that they think are accurate is Trump plus a point. And for me, I'm thinking, well, Biden was leading by 8 points, 7.2 points, 8.4 points in the averages of these polls from 270 to win, Real Clear, 538, and now Trump is leading by a point. So, even though it's not a Trump plus 9 poll, the average isn't Trump plus 9, that's still a 9-point swing to the right, a 9-point swing for Trump when you look at the 8-point wins for Biden from 2020 in the polls. And we're now looking at Trump plus 1 averages in the polls. That's seriously not good at all. Because, especially when you consider the actual 2020 results. Because Joe Biden was estimated to win by 8, 7, 7.9, basically 8 points in the general election, and he won by 4.5. That is a 3.4% overestimation for Biden. 3.5%. So, Trump was underestimated by 3.5%, and, it turned out to be pretty close, only 4.5% when Biden was expected to win by 8. So, looking at Trump's lead of 1 point right now, using the, ideology that Trump was underestimated by 3.5 in 2020, we could be looking at a Trump plus 4.5 general election lead right now, if the polls are as inaccurate as they were in 2020. So, especially when you consider that Trump is, really leading by almost 9 points. He could be, at least across the nation. And again, especially when you consider that this is a general election and that Democrats almost always win the popular vote, or not, sorry, not general election. When you consider that this is a popular vote, nationwide popular vote, and that Democrats in modern history have always keep winning the popular vote. From 1992 to now, they've only lost it once. When you consider that, Trump is doing a lot better than he was in 2020 or 2016. Take 2016. Hillary was leading a lot in the nationwide popular vote. And she did win the nationwide popular vote. And she was leading in polls. And she won it by a lot less than polls were expecting. And now, just the fact that Trump is winning the popular vote right now, and Republicans have been having a very difficult time winning the popular vote lately. Last time they won it was in 2004. It's very concerning for the Democrats because once Trump is winning the popular vote, that doesn't mean anything. But just imagine his leads now in Wisconsin, in Michigan, in Pennsylvania, in Georgia, in Arizona, in Nevada, North Carolina, whatever. It's just not looking good for the Biden campaign if Trump is winning the popular vote right now. And it's not even, like it's super close, it's a point. But yeah. And then you have to look at the popularity of Biden and Trump, because Joe Biden is currently at 41% approval and 54% disapproval. And I just don't get it, because we're acting like Donald Trump is this guy that nobody takes seriously now and no one can possibly vote for, just like we did in 2016 and 2020. And we're saying this when Donald Trump is more favorable than Joe Biden right now. Somehow. Donald Trump is at 41.4% favorability. Biden is at 41. Donald Trump's unfavorability is at 55.3%. Biden's is a little less. But that means that more Americans have a favorable opinion of Donald Trump than they do of Joe Biden right now. So I don't understand why we are treating this election like Biden is, destined to win. That Biden has a pretty easy path to re-election. And I was doing that for a while, but now I realize that that is actually not the case. In this election, and this will be a very close election when you consider that their approval ratings are so similar. And I just want to point out this that I noticed. Let's see. On this day 976 of the Biden and Trump presidency, Biden and Trump have the exact same approval. 41.0% for Biden, 41.0% for Trump. They are dead even. So this election will be very close. And I mean, that's popular vote still. Again, if they're like tied nationally, then Trump probably has a lead in Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Nevada, Georgia, because that's just how elections go. Republicans do better in the electoral college in state by state than they do in the popular vote. So again, this will be a very close election, and Biden is not doing very well. Biden is not a strong candidate, and I won't really go into why. I mean, I can say that most Americans are listening to Joe Biden right now, looking at him, and thinking about how he, as a person, will be in 2029 when he leaves office. I mean, that is just very scary to a lot of people, I think. I don't think that many people want to see that at all. So that will just watching Joe Biden, if there are debates for the general election next year, watching Joe Biden debate, watching him campaign, it's just him. It's his age. It really is. I think that turns off so many people. And the fact that just not much gets done. But that's really for every president in modern history. So thank you all for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, if you want more political chatter. I do have a very great video premiering in 2 hours and 25 minutes. The 2028 election, a race like never seen before. Again, that's premiering at 5 p.m. Eastern Time today. So be there. It'll be live. But again, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you all next time.